Hi guys. I'm sure you have already seen a trillion, perhaps, videos with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette from the Vault collection, but you haven't seen one for me, right? So I thought I would go ahead and show you a look with it. I already have my other makeup on, and I just wanted to kind of go along with you guys and share with you what I think of it. I did do one look with it already that I'll go ahead and insert a picture of now. And I wore that to church on Wednesday night where I'm a youth group leader. So I didn't want to do something like crazy. And I just wanted to try the palette out. So it was just a real simple look. I was happy with the way it performed. I didn't have a hard time like blending. The pigmentation was good. So that seemed good. But I want to use a lot more of the colors today and see how they go. Because as you know, there's a lot of controversy over this palette. Some people say it's good and a lot of people say it's bad. So, so far I've had a good experience, so we'll see what happens. I also picked up the I Slay set from Morphe, and it's a 6-piece eyeshadow brush set. It's a little dirty because I've been using it, but basically it's got a liner brush, which I never use liner like that, so we'll see if I ever use that. And then we've got like some blending brushes, like crease brushes, and like a liner brush. Well, not liner. Flat edge. I don't know. I'd use it for eyeliner. Anyway, you get the idea. So I will be using these, and probably, or maybe along with some of my other brushes that I always use. And we will just get into this. Now, I will go ahead and show you. For Wednesday night, I used Poof, Potion, and Mojo. So I think that's it. Yeah. So today I'm going to do something a little more dramatic, if you will. And I thought I would go ahead and I'm going to tape, because I do have my makeup on already. And I do know people have talked about fallout. I didn't really notice any the other day because I always do my face makeup first. But since I'm going to be going into some of these darker colors, I thought, you know what, let's just make this a little less crazy. Now, I do want to say too, I put on some powder today that I've kind of been playing back and forth with. It's the Essence Brighten Up banana powder under my eyes, and I have to be so careful with how much I apply of it. It has to be like the tiniest amount, which then doesn't really seem like it does anything. Otherwise, it gives me, not gives me, the wrinkles are there, but you can see them so bad. And I'm like, that is not cute. That is not the look I'm going for. So not real happy with that. Oh, I forgot the little trick. My friend Anya told me that she puts the, I think it was her, puts the tape on the back of her hand first and peels it off and then puts it on so it's not so sticky on your face, but oh well, for next time. So yeah, so I went ahead and put some tape here, and we're just going to go ahead and get into this. I'm going to take Poof here and put it all over the lids, and I figure I'll just kind of talk to you as I go. Like I said, you've heard a million times, there's controversy over these palettes. They pulled them back and delayed them being launched, and supposedly to fix the formula because there were inconsistencies. However, now that they're back out, there still seem to be a bunch of inconsistencies, and people are not happy, and rightfully so. Like, you know, it took a long time for it to come out and was delayed, and then still doesn't seem sometimes like the problem maybe is fixed, so that's not great. I do not have my tape even on both eyes. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know. I hardly ever do with tape, so we'll see what happens. But I have to say, this Poof color, at least, is very silky and glides on very easily, so I really do enjoy that color. Oh my goodness. I've got to fix this eyes tape because it is just not right. It ain't right. So yeah, so far, this color I do really like. Now, everyone's been using Potion, and I do really like it, and I used it in that last color, but I feel like everyone's doing that in a look that they're showing, so I kind of don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take and put that down, which I hate saying that, that's so obnoxious. Put that in the crease to just kind of give myself something to work with there. I don't know. I obviously I'm not a makeup artist, so for me to judge like superior quality of things is not really fair because I don't really know. But I do know if something is patchy or hard to work with. And so far, I'm not really having any trouble. So I will say that this shade in particular does not have, I feel like, a ton of pigmentation. So you do kind of have to build that up. But, and I'm seeing fallout on the tape actually from this, so. And I am tapping my brush off, so I don't know. But I don't really care that much if there's some fallout. Like, that's not a huge deal to me. You just have to plan that that could happen and make sure you can clean it up easily, or wait and do your face makeup after you do your eyes. I've just been doing it this way. But as you can see, like, it's not putting a ton of color down, but that's fine. I mean, alright. I think that's as good as I'm gonna do for now there. And then I actually think I'm gonna take the shade Busted and just kind of fill that in. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's see. Ooh, pretty. It's kind of the crease shade I'm using here. Okay. It's a really pretty blue. I like that. I didn't put very much on my brush that time. So, tell me in the comments what's been going on with you guys, if you got anything exciting going on, or if you're a mom, your kids are back to school, if you're like, hallelujah. I actually don't get like that when my kids go back to school. However, I do get a little bit where it is nice to get back into routines of things. I'm yet to get back into working out. We'll get there. But it is kind of nice to get back into a routine again, as much as I hate it right at first, because I hate the getting up early. Like I've said before, I'm like a stay up till 2 in the morning, sleep until 10 kind of girl. And that doesn't really work during the school year. So having to get used to that again is, you know, getting up at 6, which I don't have to every day, because the kids usually ride in with my husband because he works at the school. But if he has to be to work early and stuff, then I get up and take them. But like this morning, I got up at 6 with them, even though I wasn't taking them, but just to be up with everybody. And but yeah, I'm not really a 6 a.m. kind of girl. It's not really what I was cut out for, I don't think. But you know, I deal with it, and I try not to be cranky. Actually, I can do 6. Anytime before that, I am cranky. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Ooh, I really like this. Really, really like this blue. All right, so next up, I think I'm gonna go all over the lid with Inside Job here, which is kind of more of like a deep greenish blue. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll go ahead and take this Morphe brush, which feels very stiff, but we'll see how it does. I'm going to put that all over the lid. I'm going to try to kind of do a bit of like smoky or dark dramatic kind of look is kind of what I'm doing here. What I'm trying to do. Let's just be real, you guys. Whatever happens, happens. And yeah, we'll just see. But so far, I have to say, I cannot complain about what's happening with these shadows. Like, the pigmentation is really good, and I'm not really noticing them being patchy or, you know, hard to apply or anything. So, maybe I got a good palette. Because I know there's a lot of people who have been saying theirs are just not good, and I've seen people do like swatches, like the latest, well, I shouldn't say the latest, but because maybe she's done a video since then, I don't really watch her that much, but the one Jaclyn Hill video where she was showing like swatching on her arm and like it was going on so great. There's another girl that I watched that she did the same thing, same color and everything, and it totally does not look like that at all. So like obviously inconsistencies with the palettes then, because, which I'm sure too, maybe different brushes have, I mean, that plays a part in any eyeshadow, you know, your brushes that you're using and things like that, your base that you put down. Like I honestly use the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. That's what I always use, and it works very well for me. So it's super cheap. I think it's like $4.99 maybe, and if it's that much, maybe that's a little cheaper, I don't know, but under $5 anyway. And I never seem to have a problem. My eyeshadow stays. That's the thing on Wednesday night. The look I did stayed great. I didn't even want to wash it off because it looked so good at night. So I have no complaints with my inexpensive Wet n Wild eyeshadow, the way that things went. So I'm not seeing any issues with things so far with my palette. So alright, that worked out pretty well. And I think I'm going to do something a little bit scary, because why not? It'll be fun. And I'm going to use Temptress, which is this black here, and it's got some shimmer in it. And I'm going to use that at the outer corner, stamp it in there a little bit, and I'll blend it out. Oops. And a little lower. Now there's definitely fallout from that, but it is black eyeshadow. I mean, come on, what do you want? It's pretty. Guys, I just love, honestly, playing with makeup. Like, even if I do something and it doesn't really turn out, I'm like, oh well, that was fun. Like, just kind of trying to figure stuff out as I go and learn things that work and things that don't. And like, it's just, makeup is so fun. I find it to be such a like stress relieving kind of a thing. Like if I'm feeling kind of stressed, doing makeup is just like it's just a time to sit and, you know, focus on something kind of tedious, which is very helpful for me sometimes. I'm just gonna take this brush and blend this, and yeah, it's just like such a relaxing thing to me. Especially if I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter how the look turns out, then there's like no pressure. But if I know I'm going somewhere and I'm crunched for time, then I just do something that I know works, and so that fixes that. But yeah, I'm in love with makeup. I love it so much, which a lot of you probably do too, and that's why you watch channels like this. But like people who don't get it, like just don't get it. And that's okay, because everybody's different and has, you know, different things that interest them or whatever. But for those of us who love it, we share in each other's love and joy of makeup. It's fun to have this kind of community here where we can come together and talk about it and be dorks about it, because it's just so fun. All right, you guys, I am super happy with how this is going so far. So I am thinking I got a pretty good palette, because yeah, things are going good. Okay, now I'm going to go back into, I can't remember what brushes I've been using for things. Back into Busted here, and just kind of go back along and blend this crease area out a little bit. I'm going to go back into here and put that along the top where my transition was again, and just kind of smooth things out. I'm going to take Inside Job on my finger and just see if I can deepen that up a little bit on my lids. I mean, that's pretty good, but sometimes I feel like a brush doesn't quite do what your finger can. My dog is barking, which makes me think someone's at my house, but I'm not going to answer the door. That's why I live in the country, because I don't like people coming to my door. It's not completely why, but it does bug me. Alright. And besides, because it's usually always the same people that come to my door, I ain't gonna call nobody out or anything, but I'm like, please don't. Oh, look. Fallout right here. Awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna take a clean brush here and see if I can't just kind of wipe that away a little bit. Sorry about my dog barking. Actually, it's not somebody at my door. It's my neighbors. I can hear. I have like one set of neighbors on the one side of my house, and they have a dumpster out by their house right now that they're, I don't know, doing something with their garage and throwing a bunch of stuff away. And I can hear them dragging stuff, and I think that's what's bothering my dog, because I think she's actually by my back door, because I have the screen open, so she can hear them, and heaven forbid somebody make a noise. Okay. So I've definitely got fallout issues happening, even though I had tape, but we'll see what we can do about that. And I definitely had my tape cockeyed. Can you tell? Because it's a little further down over here than it is over here. So I like to go along and kind of smudge that out, because I don't like it to be a super distinct line. Which is honestly why I don't really use tape a lot, because sometimes I don't really like that distinct line. Oh my gosh, my dog. And the thing is, it won't do me any good to go like yell at her and tell her to stop, because she'll just keep doing it. Okay. I'm just going to use a washcloth here. Yeah, that's some bad fallout.
What's she doing?
I don't know. I think she can hear the neighbors doing stuff out there. And so she's
Seriously?
flipping out.
That's how you wake me up when there's nobody even here. What's wrong?
That would be my oldest son, who was sleeping. And the dog woke him up. He's not happy. Alright. So, we're just going to do what we can here, because I've got, you know, a little bit of a smoky mess, but that's alright. I think it'll be okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take this flat brush here, and I am going to go into this Temptress, that black, and do that right up along the lash line. Just kind of stamp it on there. I think I'm going to take Busted and take that along the lower lash line and just kind of smudge that out. I want it to kind of blend into. I'm liking how this is turning out. I haven't used any of the shimmers today. That's why I was having a hard time deciding if I wanted to do something with a shimmer up here, but I don't know that I do want to, actually, because I feel like it will mess up the look I'm doing. I did use a little bit, I don't think I said it before, but I did use a tiny little bit of that Power Cut the other day, right just in the center of my lids, and I just did it with my fingers, so I didn't like wet a brush or anything to make it stand out a lot, but if you look close, you can see it in the picture. And by the way, my Instagram is @DanielleG78, in case you want to go look at that picture more. Not like it's that exciting, but that's where you can go to look. Like I want to start posting more eye looks. I'm trying to figure out the best way to, you know, photograph them and stuff. Like, I'm obviously not professional in any way at this kind of stuff, so I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. So there's sort of like a disconnect here. I'm going to go into Inside Job and take that along. Oh, and my nose is going to run. I'll be right back. I don't understand what the strange phenomena is, but phenomenon is, but every time I start to film, my nose either starts to itch or run. I don't get it. It's like, whatever. Okay, so Inside Job, I'm going to take and try to connect that a little better. There is one thing I will say right now that bugs me about this palette. There is no highlighting shade of any kind, like for your brow bone or your inner corners. and I find that to be weird. I hate when palettes do that. Like, I'm glad it has poof that is like the, you know, base color that you can lay down. Oh, girl, you're turning into a raccoon. But I don't love that it doesn't have, you know, a shade to highlight with, because it seems like that would be something that would go fantastic. I mean, in any palette, but in this palette with these dark colors, you think you want that contrast of that, you know, like a nice shimmer, and it's just not there. So I find that to be a little bit strange, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. So right now I'm looking raccoonish. I get it, I know it. You don't have to tell me. You can't tell me anyway, I can't hear you. But you could tell me down below, but it'll already be too late because I already know. So I need to find something else that I would like to use for my highlighting shade. Alright, I'm just going to take my Butter Collection palette and I'm going to use Full Moon, this highlighter, to do my brow bone in my inner corner. Because it just seems like this look needs something bright and, you know, give it that little glow. And then I might try to do something really fun. It'll be fun for you because you'll be laughing at me. I did just recently get, which I think I forgot to put it. I did a video, which you haven't seen yet, but with a little TJ Maxx haul that I did, and I forgot to add, or forgot to include this particular item in that haul, I just realized. Actually, I forgot to include another one too, so I'll point that out to you. I was really slacking that day. I think because I was doing a face mask and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and then the time went way faster. I guess I talk a lot more than I realize. I know I talk a lot, but it's actually worse than I realize. Oh, that's good. I don't need anything super blingy, but that is pretty. My stomach is like thunder right now. But yeah, so I got, let me grab them. I picked up this pack of Ardell Dummies for $6 from TJ Maxx, and there's 4 pair in there for $6. So I thought that was pretty good. And so I'm going to attempt to do lashes. I don't think I will do them on camera, only because, oh, look how dirty my palette just got from the fallout that is on the counter from me tapping my brush off. So there's definitely fallout, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, it's the black that is doing it, and it's like, it's not even wiping up, it's just smearing. I have white bathroom counters, which is a nightmare. I don't know, probably the man who was picking things for this house chose it. I'm gonna assume the wife didn't, because it's just a dumb idea, and men usually have those bad ideas. Sorry guys, if anybody's watching. But I am going to go ahead now and do my mascara, eyeliner, that kind of stuff, and lashes, and I'll be back. Okay, so here is the finished look. Oh, my dog's gonna bark again. I put on lashes, which are quite more dramatic than I expected them to be, but I also have to remember these are the Ardell Demis, not the Demi Wispies that people recommend when you're first starting out, so a little more dramatic than what I would like normally do. But maybe if I was going out with my husband or something, or for a party or something, that would be kind of fun. But so this is the finished look, and I actually did pretty good putting on the lashes. It only took me one time. I put the right one on and was like, oh, I do need to trim them, and then put them both on, and I think I did pretty good. Like, we'll see, because I am going to film another video after this, so we'll see what happens if they lift while I'm filming the video or whatever. But I actually really think this was a fun, smoky kind of look. Definitely more of a going out kind of look or party look, not an everyday. I used on my lips the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Echo Park, and just thought I'd keep it simple with the dark eye look. And so this was my second look with my Morphe Hill, there you go, Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette. I'll just show you the colors again real quick. And I'll go ahead and insert a picture real quick of the look I did the other day with it. And yeah, so those are the 2 looks I have done so far. And I have to say, I'm not experiencing the like patchiness or non-blendability or whatever that a lot of people are talking about. So, so far, I think these shadows have performed very well. There is a ton of fallout with the darker colors, so just know that and prepare yourself for it. I think next time if I do something smokier, I definitely will do like a wait and try to do my face makeup after, even though that's so not the way I normally do it, but just to avoid, or to make sure you have shields or something, because you will end up with it everywhere if you don't. But I can live with that because I really like the way the shadows perform. So you guys let me know what you think of the look. How do you think I did with lashes for my first time? Is it like totally overly obnoxious? I had a lot of fun doing it, and that is what I'm all about on this channel. That's what I'm doing. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't know much of anything, but I'm just having a lot of fun and really enjoying makeup and enjoying sharing with you guys. And so please leave me comments below what you think, or if you'd like to see some different looks with this palette, and give this a thumbs up if you like it and a thumbs down if you didn't. And I hope that you'll hit your notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not a subscriber already, I hope you'll subscribe. And if you already are, well, you already know that I think you're awesome, and I thank you guys so much. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.